Do you want to do some abs? Okay. Okay, you watch. Let's all lie down on our backs, feet flat on the mat. Drop in, place your hands onto your pelvis. So you have your wrists towards the hip points, those two bony parts of your pelvis, and fingertips towards the pubic bone. So focusing in, let your elbows drop. You want your pubic bone and two hip points to be completely, well, perfectly parallel to the ceiling. From here, start to inhale, breathe into your fingertips. Let the low belly and belly expand, and then a nice long exhale. Let that belly soften back down. Let your ribs heavy to the mat. Another one, bigger breath in. Let the sides of the ribs expand, the belly to rise, and a nice long exhale out the mouth. Let it all go. Good. Your pelvis is still parallel to the ceiling. Take another inhale. On your next exhale, I want you to draw the navel in, feel your frontal ribs knit together and down as you gently curl the tailbone so your pubic bone now tilts towards the ceiling. And then lengthen the pubic bone down on the inhale, bringing the pelvis back to neutral. Exhale, front ribs knit together and down as your low abs pull in so much to articulate to that low back. And then tilt the pelvis back down to neutral. Let's just do 3 more. Exhaling. Inhaling, lengthening. And it's the deep drawing in of the low abs here and not really using your glutes or those hip flexors to get there. Last 2. So I want you to feel those 2 hip points pull in towards each other. 1 more here. And then find a nice neutral pelvis. Arms can lengthen long by your sides. Keep the collarbone broad, take a breath and float your right leg into tabletop. And then on your next exhale, left leg meets into tabletop. So your shins are parallel to the floor, like you can balance a ball on your shins. Keep the toes pointed today, take a breath. And on your exhale, I want you to start to hinge from your right hip, lengthen your right toe towards the front of your mat, and then use the inhale to bring it back up. And then exhale, again, those 2 frontal bottom ribs stay knit together and down, and then you pick that leg back up. Keep going here. Right leg extends away from the center of the body, and then the left. So the further you reach and the lower your leg goes is more weight for those abs, right? Just check in that your pelvis is still neutral and you have no tension in the neck or shoulders here. Keep alternating here. We'll have 5 more. Last 2. 1 more. Squeeze legs together, take a breath. Both legs lower down on the exhale. And then they squeeze the knees back up towards tabletop. So you're gonna lower the legs. Ankles, knees, and thighs squeeze together, pick them right back up, exhale. Check in that those 2 bottom ribs are knit together and down. Good, we're here for 6. Keep actively squeezing those knees, thighs together to get into the low abs and on your hip flexors. Your range of movement can be small. Last one. And then let the knees fall all the way into the chest. Give them your knees a good squeeze. Maybe rock your head side to side. Keep the knees into the chest. Place your hands behind the head, elbows super wide. Take a deep breath in, float the legs back to tabletop, and on your exhale, cervical nod. Your chin curls into the chest and you're gonna peel up to the tips of the shoulder blades here on the exhale. Check in that your low back isn't imprinted into the mat. The low abs are drawn in, but try to lengthen that pubic bone down between your thighs here. Good. And then heavy the head back into your hands, lower down. Exhale to curl. Inhale to lengthen back. Keep going here with this curl. Low abs working to help keep our neutral pelvis here. Upper abs working now. We got 5 more. Exhale to curl for 4. Front ribs sliding down that belly. 2. Curl up on 1. Now, just as we did earlier, you're gonna send your right toe towards the front of the mat. Pause here, take a breath, and on your exhale, you're gonna switch legs. Inhale through center, they exhale, lengthen back out. Inhale, exhale. Check that your head is heavy into your hands, the collarbone is nice and wide, and you're brushing those thighs through center. Can we curl up a little higher for the last 4? For the last 3. Final 2. Final 1. Both legs meet till tabletop. Hold. Can we curl up a little higher and hold it? Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Knees rest and hold. Let your head again rock side to side. Place your feet down. Float your right leg into tabletop. Take a breath here. And on your exhale, bring your left leg back to tabletop. Crawl your fingertips towards the edge of the mat as you peel the head and shoulders up. Inhale to prepare. On your exhale, I want you to extend both legs out. And then back in. Both legs extend. And then they squeeze and resist it. Keep going here for the next 4. Again, your fingertips are just grazing that mat. Curling up a little higher for 3, 2. Hold the legs out on 1. Take a deep breath in, maybe float your arms off and start pumping. Inhaling through your nose for 5 counts and exhaling out your mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. Legs can bend into tabletop again if this is too much. Keep breathing, exhaling. This is the 100. And exhaling. Keep pumping from the back of that arm. Exhaling. 4-ish more. 5, exhaling. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. And exhale till you have no air left. Hold, take a breath, and bend the knees into the chest. Nice work. Hold that right knee in. Extend your left leg all the way down to the mat. Flex your left foot. Right leg to tabletop, hands behind the head. Take a breath here. Exhale, I want you to curl up and over towards that right thigh. So you're just looking outside that right hip, and then inhale, lengthen back down through center. Exhale to curl. Inhale, back down through center. We're gonna continue to lift that left shoulder off the mat. Left leg is grounded, left hamstring heavy to the floor. Let's go for 3. We've got 2. We've got 1. You're gonna curl up and stay. Bend your left knee in, extend it up, and lengthen it back down. So you're gonna drag that heel in towards your butt, extend your leg, and reach it back down. We've got 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold the leg up towards the ceiling, right leg meets it, take a breath, curl up through center, and bend the knees into the chest, rest. Feet are grounded. Bring the left leg into tabletop. Right leg extends long. Take a breath, and on your exhale, curl up and over towards that left hip, and then lengthen back through center. Exhale to curl. Inhale to lengthen back down. So we're focusing on keeping those hips nice and square. Checking that your right thigh, right heel is heavy. Keep all up and over for 5. Think right rib towards that left hip. Go 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold the curl up on 1. Drag that right heel in on the breath in, and then extend it back out. Drag it in, and lengthen it back out. Can we curl up a little higher? Can we extend and lengthen our right leg a little longer? For 3. Last 2. Last 1, reach the right leg up. Bring your left leg to meet it, hold through center. This time, reach for your toes. Reach up and pulse it up. Only up. Squeeze those inner thighs together. You got 6, 5 up, 4 up, 3, 2, 1, and bend the knees all the way on in. Rock up to seated. Turn around, come onto hands and knees. Nice flat back here. Shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips. Take another breath here. Really feel the side of the ribs expand. And as you exhale again, feel the frontal ribs knit, abdominals draw in. Pelvis hasn't changed. One more here. Nice flat back. Good. Take another inhale. On your exhale, I want you to extend your left arm forward and your right leg back. And then place it back down with control. Right arm, left leg, extend out. And then you return it back in. Keep alternating here. Checking in that you're not shifting the weight from side to side, right? So pelvis is nice and still. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Hold in hands and knees. Tuck your 10 toes under. Draw the abs in, take a breath, and on your exhale, you're gonna hover your knees 1 inch off the ground. So again, feel the space between your hip bones drawing in. Those are your transverse abdominals wrapping in. Really press into the palms, all 10 knuckles, and feel the broadness through the shoulder blades, like you wanna rip the mat apart. We're here for 8 more moments. Good, 6, 3, 2, 1. Tap the knees down, take a breath, pause, exhale, lift them back up. Tap the knees down, and then lift them back up. We're here for 8, 7, 6. Keep the gaze down. Sides of the neck long for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, 1. Hold it for 3. Press into those arms. 2. Rest the knees down on 1. Have your big toes touch. Sit your hips back and reach your arms forward. To finish, we'll find a nice high plank. So come hands towards the front of the mat, extend one leg back, the other leg back. Again, lengthen the center of your chest forward, lift up through the back of the legs, quads engage, abs drawing in, pull that belly to the spine. From here, take a breath. We're gonna hinge at those hips, hike your hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, maybe take one heel to the ground, pedal it out. Good. And then measure out to that plank. Take an inhale, exhale, hinge those hips up and back, downward facing dog, and then find that plank. Continue here for the next 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last push of this class. Place your right forearm down, place your left forearm down. We're holding here. You can zip your legs together, scoop the abs in, lengthen through the tail. Make sure you're not looking down. Look towards the fingertips. Ab finisher here. Perfect stillness. Keep that breath going. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Place the knees down. Sit back, take that child's pose again. Tent up to fingertips. Walk your hands to the right. Open up to the left side of that waist. Think of that left sit bone reaching towards that left heel. Hands walk through the center, off the mat, all the way to the left. Breathe into the right intercostal muscles. Open up to the right side of the body. Return your hands back to center. Walk them back towards the knees. Roll up to a tall seat. Roll your shoulders forward, up and back. Another one. And you guys are done.